A new genus and species of sauropod was recently described in a paper published this month in Scientific Reports. Named NAGATITAN chiafumensis, it was discovered in the Carcharodontosaurus Formation back in 2016 and is classified as a sauropospondylid titanosauriform. I wanted to make this video to give a general description of NAGATITAN and the paleo environment that it lived in, especially the theropods it lived alongside. Now, first, let's look at the diagnostic anatomical traits that the authors of this paper used to distinguish NAGATITAN from other genera of sauropods, such as paired post-zygapophyseal centrodiapophyseal fossa that are present on posterior dorsal neural arches. The hyposphere of the middle dorsal vertebra exhibits a triangular morphology, becoming a vertical ridge in the posterior dorsal vertebrae. Parapophysis positioned dorsal to the prezygapophysis on posterior dorsal neural arches, and triangular anterior aliform processes present on posterior dorsal neural spines, among other traits. The authors estimate that NAGATITAN was 27 meters or 89 feet long and weighed 27 tons. This was a massive dinosaur, especially when compared to earlier sauropods such as Diplodocus, which weighed 10 tons less. It was still nowhere near as large as later gigantic titanosaurs such as Patagotitan. NAGATITAN shows morphological similarities with other sauropospondylans such as Daxiotitan and Ruyangosaurus, along with titanosaurs such as Lorrainosaurus and Typuiosaurus. In terms of its phylogenetic placement, NAGATITAN is a sister taxon of Europatitan. It was recovered as part of the Euhelopodidae clade, which includes other genera such as Fuyangosaurus and Yangjinglong, among others. There are 3 synapomorphies that support NAGATITAN being placed within Euhelopodidae.
The ratio between the dorsoventral height of the neural spine and posterior centrum of the posterior dorsal vertebra is less than 1:1.
The SPOLs of the middle and posterior dorsal neural spines are divided into lateral and medial branches, and the lateral margin of the humeral diaphysis is straight. Besides the sheer size of this newly described sauropod, what I am really interested in is its environment and the other dinosaurs it lived alongside. The Carcharodontosaurus Formation, where NAGATITAN was discovered, shows a semi-arid depositional environment with a fluvial environment, similar to many other formations dated to the Mesozoic. Fossil evidence shows that turtles and various crocodilomorphs lived in the Carcharodontosaurus Formation, indicating a subtropical to tropical environment. As far as the other dinosaurs living in this environment, I want to focus on the theropods, specifically the Carcharodontosaurids and Spinosaurids. The Carcharodontosaur material has been assigned to the genus Siamraptor. The reason why I want to focus on NAGATITAN's coexistence with the Carcharodontosaur Siamraptor and the Spinosaurids is because of a broader biogeographical trend with regards to Carcharodontosaurids, Spinosaurids, and titanosauriforms. When looking at the biogeography or distribution of these dinosaur clades, it raises questions such as whether all 3 clades evolved at roughly the same time in Laurasia or Gondwana, if the distribution was a result of dispersal due to Carcharodontosaurs constantly following titanosauriforms, or if the distribution was a result of vicariance. There are evolutionary implications resulting from these distributions and the cause of these distributions. The coexistence of Carcharodontosaurids and titanosauriforms clearly had an effect on the genes and phenotype of these respective clades. The same way sauropods becoming larger had an effect on the evolution of earlier carnosaurs. Titanosauriforms grew gigantic, so Carcharodontosaurids had to grow larger in order to hunt them. The coexistence of Carcharodontosaurids and Spinosaurids could have had effects on their respective phenotypes as well. I want to make a more in-depth video on this specific topic within the next few months, but I figured I could use the news about the description of a new titanosauriform as a springboard into this future video. Let me know in the comments if you would be interested in a follow-up video on Carcharodontosaurid, Spinosaurid, and titanosauriform coexistence and biogeography.